Hey guys, Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Prison Break. Last time on Prison Break we had Wine Dark Sea, which is an interesting name. I guess it's true. I guess it was as dark as wine because it was at night. I would kind of think a wine dark sea would be like kind of reddish. It doesn't matter. They went to Greece. Sarah went to Greece. Gave Michael a blood transfusion because she finally realized she was O negative. I say finally, it took her like 10 seconds to remember that. It's fine. Yeah. So Michael got fixed up, confirmed that Jacob is Poseidon. Sarah went back home to try to protect Mike. And then the boys got Sucre's ship. Well, the ship that Sucre works on, and they were going to accept passage on that because it was a very shady ship. But then the very shady captain who was carrying weapons across international waters, he called the Navy SEALs because he's a very smart sailor. Anyway, it basically ended with the ship blowing up, and that's kind of where we are. So, yeah. Oh, and Sarah had Jacob at gunpoint, but Smug 1 is has captured Mike, so can't do that, I guess. We don't know where Teabag is, though. Like, there was a shot where Mike gets, like, taken, but then in the next scene he's fine, so I don't know. We don't know where Teabag is, so yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right into this episode of Prison Break. Here we go. Somewhere in the Mediterranean. Hey! I think the whistle carries a little further, man. Yay, the Coast Guard. Sorry, Sucre.
Hey, yo, where are we headed? Marseille.
Oh, sweet.
Marseille.
Sweet, we can go meet Edmond Dantes in Marseille.
Not exactly a distinguished career.
He's held up well in prison. He's got a mean streak. He grew up without a family. It means he can be manipulated.
If you're planning something, I'll always be a step ahead of you. You know that. I can see everything in your eyes.
I mean,
It's what's behind the eyes that counts.
Jacob does have to be pretty smart to be one step ahead of Michael Schofield, you know? Like, that is a very rare thing to occur. Mike Jr.
What is it, Michael?
Sarah's been compromised.
Something's wrong.
Ah. Ah.
Yes, you will.
Okay, test with the Mike Jr. I see. Man, how many times can this woman be gagged and put in a room?
It's not just a ship. It's a treasure map.
What do you mean?
It's for Jimmy. We had Legos for each other. I always find his. He doesn't always find mine.
Oh, there's a plan in the
How
art.
is this drawing?
This is the park. That's the playground. And this is the sidewalk.
Impressive. You put a code in the drawing.
He's got it too.
Okay, where did you hide?
Just like his father, just like his grandmother.
Tell me about the last 7 years of your life. I haven't told you about mine.
Oh,
After Sarah got exonerated, she left Panama. Me and Sophia stayed behind and opened a dive shop. Broke up and everything went to hell.
damn it.
You went there to start.
These writers hate Sophia.
In the old hood, doing odd jobs.
Odd job is meaning what?
Moving things from point A to point B. Luca Abruzzi.
Abruzzi?
John Abruzzi's son.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I like that though.
I'll tell you what. I'll make a few calls. Because either I'm going to see you and get that money, or I'm going to see you and you're going to get something a whole lot worse.
Alright.
I can't believe I'm doing this to myself again.
The difference is this time you're not alone.
Yeah. I like that tie-in, that it's Abruzzi's son.
Why would he come back here? To the States? He's more wanted here than anywhere else in the world.
Chris. Because of them.
Yeah, hello.
He had a life before he worked for me.
Oh, okay. I guess they just don't
Michael
know that.
Schofield. A family. And when he went away, I ended up looking after them. Ended up falling for them.
Guy's a pencil neck.
Pencil neck with insight into Schofield's plan, so you, in turn, can be the hammer.
Who?
Screen grab of the Skype transmission he sent from the desert. He routed the image through a server to this blue Hawaii guy.
Oh yeah. What's up with that guy?
To another, yet unknown recipient.
I hope that this all gets, like, resolved this season.
Because I've got him so far off his game now, he'll start to play his cards too early.
Oh, teabag, finally.
Eddie. But in return, you must take a life. Show us what the tattoos mean even before the computers will.
Oh.
And all the people he'll be enlisting for the fight.
You have to call this payphone in France.
C-note.
Wait, Chicago? I thought I was going with you.
Not until you find out why you're my whip hand.
Nuh.
Grab these guys, bring them to the back, and shoot them.
I don't think you want to add murder to your arrest warrant.
Wait. Arrest warrant?
That guy out there is a DEA informant. We have him in our pocket. He owes us.
Nuh.
He's got 3 vans full of agents are waiting for his call.
Oh, they brought the
They're gonna rain
DEA.
down on you and your pills. All they had to see were DEA hats and SUVs.
Yeah.
We're going.
They just needed some warm bodies to drive.
We're not home yet.
All right, so what's next? How do we get this son of a bitch?
We don't do anything. Your part is over.
Nah, come on, man.
You take care of her, all right?
I take care of him, you mean?
Nuh.
When you need me again, you know where to find me.
All right. Man, we gotta get the team back together, man. But I guess we did.
That doesn't bother you, what you just saw in there? Down in the basement with his wife, the woman he says he fell for?
Stop.
I'm done with 21 Void after this.
Oh my god, it's exactly what Kellerman said.
There's no leaving 21 Void, Van. You know that.
He hired us because we are the best.
That's sad.
We can do whatever we want. And if we want to disappear after this, we can disappear.
I know a guy. His front is a vacuum cleaner shop. You guys couldn't have had this conversation in your car or something?
That's why Sarah never responded. I wasn't allowed to contact anyone, but she was my wife.
Oh.
I reached out to her in a way I thought only she would know.
Every time.
But he knew my ways too.
And he always checked the mail. And he didn't, like, burn that shit, or... He always left it there, dramatically. Where there was conveniently a sewer grate right next to the mailbox. Son of a bitch.
What are you doing here?
I lost reception in the garage.
Damn it, you fell right into it. Now they've got a mark on us.
Oh. There he is.
This is a message.
You telling me Mikey's left something encoded in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's encoded in him. He's got my DNA.
He didn't even know you were coming.
Either that, or Jacob told him to draw that.
All I know is all the chickens are coming home to roost at the worst possible time.
No.
We gotta go.
Why would Rolf not count his chickens?
Been thinking. God, I've been thinking. Because a hard bargain's been presented to me.
And I'm considering something that's gonna seem like the old Theodore Bagwell. Teabag. If there's blood on my hands, know this, world. It'll be for love.
What? What? I don't know what's going on there.
Only one person calls me Whip. You ain't him.
Nobody calls you that. Man who gave me this hand. Nobody.
No. John Abruzzi did that for
Daniel
God's sake.
Outis. Who are you? We all got handles, don't we? Outis, Teabag, Whip. You're Dave Martin, aren't you?
How'd you know that? Huh?
Oh, look at his eyes.
West Virginia, honky tonk, 1991, pretty waitress. Bunch of personal business between us after closing. And then I get, cause Johnny Law's breathing down my neck, lacking a forwarding address. I never heard from her again. Schofield was looking for a partner. Coleman Prisons, looking for someone who could handle himself.
What?
And with your innate ability to thrive, rising to top in even the worst cages, you reminded him of a certain someone. And so he did a little research. It was ingrained in you, son. You got it from me.
Whip is Teabag's son? Okay. What's the whole thing of taking a life, though?
Girls!
Oh, shit.
Hi, Mike. You know who I am?
You're surprisingly calm about this.
Got your map.
I didn't draw a map.
It was a trap.
Is someone in there with your mother?
It's not. We need to run.
Oh. Ow. Okay. Why does Teabag need to take a life? Why was there a jar of blood? When the hell did Michael set that up? What does that have to do with the name Whip? So first I was thinking, like maybe Whip actually, like, there was some big crime that he did and Michael was going to have Teabag kill him, but that's a bit of a stretch, so it's Teabag's son. Okay, so that's why we didn't get to see the rest of the message. All we saw was the "you're gonna have to take a life." I don't know, man. I hate to say this. I am so friggin' checked out on this season. I hate to say that. But I just, like, just kill Jacob already. If they really just brought Teabag back to die... Like, what is this, The Last Jedi? Like, why do you keep killing everybody? Like, seriously, this is exactly like the fucking Star Wars prequels. Like, stop killing off these characters, you know? Like, Cena was able to leave, thank God. We don't know where the hell Sucre is. But Kellerman died. And it seems Teabag might be dying. Because especially with his, like, you know, confession to God, you know? Maybe that's it, is that he's gonna kill himself, you know? It said take a life. Didn't specify whose. But why the jar? A jar of blood that was strapped to a buoy in the middle of Lake Michigan. At least Michael found the kid. Got Mike. And I'm going to guess that next episode, when Michael and Jacob have their confrontation, he's going to be like, oh yeah, I drew the map. And you're the sea monster coming to ruin this family, or some garbage like that. I do love, though, that, was it Van Gogh? Why the fuck do they have those names? I guess they're code names, but still. But, the dude, like, when they walked out of there, he was like, yo, this dude's fucked up. We gotta get out of here, you know? Like, there's at least that. Of course, they have this entire conversation that Jacob can see. So, good job. Boy, it's a lot of kids, isn't it? Because you got Michael's kid, who, like him, you know, is smart and can draw out these things. You know, he can encrypt shit. Exactly the way that Michael could do that with the tattoos, which all of that cleverness he got from his mother, you know? I like seeing that, actually. Even though, yeah, the last map was by Jacob, we did get to see that Mike was actually doing that. Just like his father, just like his grandmother. I like seeing that. That's nice, you know? Check for a brain tumor now. Check that shit now before anything else happens, you know? But we also got Luca Abruzzi, who, while not as fun and overacting as John Abruzzi was, he's alright. I mean, if he wasn't just sort of a throwaway character, then we would get more out of him, but, yeah. And then now, Whip is Teabag's son, which is crazy. But if this ends with, like... And I know I'm talking about, you know... I know I'm talking about Teabag. Theodore Bagwell. You know, one of the, you know, worst of the worst in this show. You know? One of the worst, even I think compared to John Abruzzi, who was, you know, pretty bad. He was, you know, this murdering, you know, gangster. But Teabag was just so terrible, you know? I mean, Jesus Christ, there was an episode where he nearly raped Demi Lovato. That's an episode of Prison Break, guys. That was her, wasn't it? Or was it a different young celebrity? I can't remember. I think it was her, though. Wasn't it? Either way, that was an episode. Go back to season 2. That was a fucking episode. But at the same time, the actor is so good and so fun. And I just don't want him to die. I don't want the character to die, you know? Like, he's in prison, you know? It's the same thing with Kellerman. Kellerman was awful in the beginning. Just downright terrible. And then, you know, when things weren't going his way, then it was more interesting. But, you know, the actor knocked it out of the park, so to bring him back in this season just to kill him sucked. So I don't want them to go through all of this just to bringing Teabag back just to kill him. I don't want that. Like, you might as well have just not had Teabag then. And he hasn't been around for, you know, 4 or 5 episodes anyway, so... Okay, but who grabbed Mike? Hang on. Because they showed that, but they never... They showed that in the beginning, but they never went back to that. Who did it? Because Jacob was there, you know? He was, like, you know, doing stuff on his computer or whatever, and he had his back turned to Mike. And then Mike gets taken by somebody, and they're just not going to do anything with that. Honestly, I really am just kind of checked out on this season. Like, alright. And I hate to say that because it's not even a bad season. I just... It's not on the same level as the previous seasons. And no matter what you say about any of the first 4 seasons, they are all interesting and unique and kind of keep you on the edge of your seat, even when things are kind of weird, you know, when it's like, oh, we're in another prison, we're in Sona, now we got to deal with this, and it's like, well, Sona's really interesting. You've got Whistler, you've got Mahone going through a character arc, you've got, you know, Lechero, you've got all this interesting stuff, you know, you've got Gretchen, you got this. That is one thing, is despite how smart Jacob seems to be, boy, his screen presence is not there. And this is Prison Break. Villains have screen presence. John Abruzzi, when he was more of, you know, an antagonist, those episodes where he was more of an antagonist, screen presence. Teabag, screen presence. Gretchen, Kellerman, you know, Wyatt, Mahone, for God's sake, you know, and like the whole thing too is, you know what it is too, for somebody to be able to own Michael Scofield for 7 years, and, you know, to be able to be like, oh, whatever you're planning, I'm always going to be one step ahead. You have to be like Mahone, you know? Like, you have to have that sort of level of screen presence that Mahone has. And I'm sorry, but he doesn't. He does not. And I feel so bad, because he could be interesting, but just... And I think part of it, too, is that his character is just sort of devolved. And it's hard to do that in the course of 8 episodes, but it has happened where it's like, you know... Like, this guy went from, like, okay, so this is the guy, you know, who's, you know, he did away, you know, he owns Michael, and he married Sarah, and it's like, oh, shit, that's pretty crazy. And then you just get, it's like, no, I've fallen for them and everything, and which is why I've tied up my wife that I love in my basement, and all this stuff, and it's like, what? That's not cool. You know what's fucking cool? Mahone's fucking cool, you know? He's Kim. He's Agent Kim. That really is it. He, to his credit, he doesn't make as many stupid decisions as Kim, but, you know, it's really interesting. Like, while I was cycling through villains, you know who I really forgot? The General and Christina. I forgot those two. I really did. I went through every agent, you know, Kellerman, Mahone, Gretchen, Wyatt, the 4 agents. They were great. I forgot the General. I forgot about the General. And the General had screen presence. Christina had screen presence, you know? But Jacob doesn't. And you know, if I had watched this 7 years later, maybe I wouldn't be thinking that so much. But I watched this immediately after watching season 4. And season 4 is a fucking roller coaster, you know? Okay. Wow. Man, I'm just remembering characters left, right, and center now. Okay, so I said he was like Agent Kim, but he's not as dumb as Agent Kim. Alright. Here's what he is. This would be like if they really committed to making Don Self the bad guy. Because they did that for all of 2 episodes, and then that just fell apart, you know? That just fell apart after 2 episodes, you know? And Don, I love Don. He didn't really have a good screen presence. I love him. I love the actor, you know? He was great. I loved what he brought to Prison Break, but none of that was screen presence, you know? Like, when he's muddling through trying to sell Scylla with Gretchen is terrible. He's terrible at it. But I love the guy, you know? That's it. He's Don. It's as if Don was somehow able to defeat Michael Scofield and then had some weird relationship with Sarah, you know? That's it. It's Don's self. That's it. That's the problem. Is that you've pinned this on a character like Don's self instead of a great villain like Mahone or Kellerman or Gretchen or Wyatt or the General or Christina. You know? That really is it. That really is it. The fuck is Blue Hawaii? To just kind of go through a couple notes that we have left. What the fuck is Blue Hawaii? He talked to somebody on Skype or something, like in episode 5. What was that? What happened? We don't know. We still got that unanswered question, but I get the feeling they were gonna save that for a season 6 that they never got. So, well, they did definitively say that that Lincoln and Sophia broke up. Where's LJ? They didn't say anything about LJ. Like, they finally opened up the friggin' dive shop in Panama, but then... Where's LJ? Is LJ still in Panama? I don't know. Oh well, doesn't matter now. Lincoln has Sheba. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really make a comment on their relationship. It's like, it's good. It's good. I mean, it's like I can't say anything about this relationship that I couldn't have already said about his relationship with Sophia. It's like, yeah, Sheba. She's cool. She's cute. Say that about Sophia too. I don't know, but every time Lincoln leaves the States, he picks up a new chick. Apparently, first was Sophia, next was Sheba. The writers really fucking hate Sophia. They really do, you know? Oh well. They seem to not hate Sheba, so that's a start. Yeah, we got one more episode. We have one more episode of Prison Break, which is crazy. Let's see what's gonna happen. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist for all of my Prison Break reactions, as well as another video you can go click on if you want. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.